everybody! Today we are going to be drawing a cat, like I already said, but the first step is easy. We're just going to draw a circle, a plain circle, and we're not going to draw the circle in the middle unless you want your cat to, well, be in a very strange position. So we're going to draw our circle somewhere over here. I'm going to draw mine here. There. Can you see that? Well, if you can't, then my circle's right there. And I've decided that my cat is going to be looking that way, up. So maybe some of the people who draw before or who like drawing know this, but you normally draw some sort of an X or a cross symbol, and you would normally put the eyes on the line and the mouth somewhere like there. And it just depends, it just shows you which way they're looking. So we're gonna do that for the same of our cat. And I'm gonna draw that a little thicker just so you guys can see. And we're gonna sort of do the same thing as if you were gonna draw a human. We're gonna put two eyes right almost above it. We're gonna do two eyes above it, like that. And right here, where the X is, we're gonna draw a little pointy nose, like a kitty nose. Then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a V, almost like lines from there to there. I'm gonna actually move my eye over there so it makes a good V. And if you need to erase, use your eraser. So we're gonna try to get this cat as realistic as we can get. There. So that's really the first step. And once we're done with this, we're gonna sort of make that cat eye shape where it goes all around. You're gonna sort of shade in that area down here. So you have that shadow that a cat's eye has down there and down there. And you have your kitty eyes now. And that's the second step, is doing full eyes. Oh, I forgot something. You have to get the pupils. So you'd want to go there and there. So those are the first and second steps. Can you see? I'm going to give you a closer look on that, just so you can see. So that's my kitty looking up. And what I also want is, you know, cats' heads are flat, sort of. Flat, like they would more be like that instead of that. So I'm gonna also flatten that head there as well, but make it not too flat, just curve it a little. And then I am going to draw my cat ears. I normally draw them like this. You know, cat ears aren't spiked. Sometimes you would draw a cat with like spiky ears, like that. But actually cats have sort of rounded ears. I wish I could show you my cat who's sleeping right next to me. And yeah. So then I would want to round off those ears. And cats also have hair inside of their ears, so you might want to draw that as well. And I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to do with the other side. There. So there we go. Now we're gonna work on the face for now, so I guess we can work on that little cat mouth. You can make it really smiley, you can make it really sad, you can do whatever you want. I have decided that I'm gonna make my cat very smiley because she sees a butterfly in the air above her. So I'm gonna give something nice like that. Now, you can sort of give off their face shape now that you have it. Their faces cats' faces aren't normally circles. They sort of have these really high cheekbones. So you wanna sculpt that out. And little stubbly chins. Again, I wish I could show you my cat as a reference. So there, that is going to be my cat head. I'll again hold it up to you so you can see. Oh God. Can you see? Sorry. So then, you can just draw a cat head if you want, but what I want to do today is create a whole cat. And I am going to do that by just looking at a cat drawing. Like, I've done this before, so I have it in my mind. If you need reference, then you should look up cat drawings and cat pictures. And I have one. I can't share it to you in the video, but in my head, I have noticed all of its elbow joints, its rib cage, how the cat is shaped. And the thing that I want to do first is point out those little joints and circles. And I want my cat to look like he's sort of on his hind legs and jumping for the butterfly, which is going to be like here. So you can see that, can you? And yeah, so that's what I want my cat to look like. So the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna just loosely draw my shoulders. And this is a very strange way I'm going to draw it because normally cats aren't standing up on their hind legs, but this one is going to be. Sometimes they do that, you know, to catch things. And I might draw a wrist right there. So it's that, and there. Then I might draw a little kitty paw there, just as a diagram, and it would be stretching out straight almost. You would get that straightened out. Though, don't worry, it won't look that short once we finally draw it. I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, yeah, you have to do that elbow. That might help. Yeah, that might help, I suppose. I'll come back to this arm. But this arm, I sort of want up, reaching straight up to swat at the butterfly. Now, tell me if you can't see, because sometimes if you wave your hand in front of the camera, then it goes all fuzzy. I'm gonna check that. Is it fuzzy? No. Okay, good. So I might want my arm, my elbow to be there, and my wrist to be there. And then a little cat arm there. And it will eventually look sort of like, once I get these all straightened out, sorry. It'll look like the kitten is reaching up to the butterfly. And this cat is going to have very, very shaggy fur on its belly. So I'm just gonna sort of imagine that out. We're not gonna draw the fur yet, but it's going to be a very important part of the drawing. And I'm gonna go a little free here and say that this is, I wish I could show you. I don't know really how to describe, but a cat's leg has a circular part to it, and then this would be that little leg, and there would be something stretched out in between there. I can't explain that part of the leg to you. I don't know what to call it, but I guess it would be the knee to the ankle area. Again, I really wish I could show you my cat for this. But if he's sort of sitting down on his hind legs, then that was what it would be looking like. So what I'm gonna do now is sort of try to fix out my other leg and this arm that I was going to do later. And I'm just gonna try to space out where all of the bones and joints of my cat are. So once I do my touches, final touches to the drawing, it will actually look like it's a real cat. So I'll be doing a circle. And I'll see you when I'm done. I have done my bones and structure of cat. I did a little more too. I did a little hair down there, and as you saw in the time lapse, I did a butterfly as well. I did do extra edits to my cat as well, so I'm gonna go over those with you because I tried to take a video of it, but the video didn't work, so I'm just gonna have to go over what I did to you. So first I worked on my elbows. I went over to my real cat. His name is Justice. He's right over there. And if you don't have a real cat to go to, and you can just, because we're trying to use science and what cats really look like, you can just use the internet if you want to. I mean, like, obviously ask your parents first, but the cats do have a certain structure of their body. So I'm gonna go over to my cat and I'm gonna tell you what I felt. So I was working on his arms and I added points there because, like, I can feel cats' elbows are quite pointy. And it's very good that my cat fell asleep next to me because normally I wouldn't be able to do that. He would scratch me. And also the wrists aren't immediately straight on to your fingers. They're sort of, in cat, the wrists would be back here. And I wish I could show you again, but the wrists are quite long because their little thumb is far apart from their fingers. So I did big wrist there and big wrist there. And yeah, so what I also did was I realized that the what's it called? the arm, your shoulder to your elbow, that part, sorry, I had a loss for words there. Shoulder to your elbow for cats are actually quite short. It's like the wrist took space from the shoulder to elbow, and the shoulder to elbow just stayed the same, so the wrist has more space in it than the shoulder to elbow. Well, I can't be sure, but it did take a lot of space out from that. I'm just thinking there. So I also I figured out where this cat would have color, and I decided that this cat would like to have a tuxedo, and this would be the little white fur there, and this would be the black fur, and she would be wearing a tuxedo, which is the name for the cat. And there's the little white spot, there's a white spot, and you should sort of map that out too. Like maybe this white spot's a little higher than this white spot. And that just looks a little more natural. And I also talked about the belly being exposed. This is sort of like a fun fact, but a stomach being exposed in most animals means that they feel comfortable showing a spot that is normally very like tender, and it's very vulnerable if they put it out. It means they feel safe with you. And sometimes cats do that when they're playing because they just are having so much fun and they feel really safe and happy playing. So I also talked about that, and this cat is exposing her belly. And then I also talked about what would happen outside. So there would be, I'm just gonna say there's a hill, and I'm gonna say there's a tree on top of the hill. You don't want that tree to be really big unless it's like a gigantic tree. You want it to be small because it's in the distance. You're not gonna draw a small tree here as well, because unless your cat's like giant. But you're not gonna draw a small tree here because it's at the same level as your cat, and that means your cat is bigger than a small tree. A good tree size would be almost out of sight. I mean, maybe if it's a small tree, the branches could begin there. If it's a little in the distance, like starting there, then the branches could start there. But if it starts at the same point as the cat, then you'll just see trunk, because I'm assuming that my cat is quite small. But again, if you want to do it in the distance, then it should be a little smaller, about that size. So I think I recapped everything. What I did in the video that did not really play. And so I'm also going to do another time lapse where I'm gonna add in all of the other stuff, like the trees and the grass and all of the stuff that I want the cat to be in, her surroundings. All right, so you're going to see that time lapse for that. I'm just going to add the finishing touches because this is pretty much the end. We have our cat and we have our background. And I hope you get to draw more of these because you can draw cats in any sort of position. Like, I have drawn cats who are lying down, eating, sitting, playing, cats, everything. So you can draw cats however you like, whenever you like. And also, you might not have seen it went so fast, but this is a way I draw a tree. I draw circles for the leaves, and later I erase the lines inside the circles, and I erase the lines of the circles, and it sort of makes that shape of a tree. And then I'd color in with little scribbles to make the leaves, and yeah, this would be my drawing. I'd color in if I wanted, and yeah. So this is my cat, and if you want, you can send your cat to me so I can see all your little kitties. So yeah, here, can you see? I'm gonna put it right there. There. I hope you can see it. I can't wait to see yours. Bye. Thank you so much.